What is up, you guys? And it's 7:30 again, and welcome back to Hypegeek, the show where we celebrate hype and me just geeking the heck out of things. My name is Colin, and today in this episode, I just want to share with you guys some of the sneaker and hype stuff that I saw in my Bangkok trip a couple of weeks back. Now, this is for the PVP Esports Community Championship League launch. If you don't know what that is, I'm linking a couple of stories here, and I think we also have another video of me discussing it with fellow geek, The Geek. So it's with Vincent Hauson. He's one of the other media that went with us to Bangkok, and we had a lengthy discussion of what we learned about that press conference. So this is for esports. If you're a huge esports fan, that video is for you. Now, because I was in Bangkok already, I decided to take a little bit of a side trip and check some of the sneakers surrounding our area. Now, we stayed in this place called Bangna. It's apparently not in the city center, so it's a little bit on the outskirts. It's nearer to the convention center, which is Baht. I think it's Bangkok International Trade and something center. I totally forgot what that is. But there was a couple of malls when we asked the hotel, which would they recommend, and they recommended us to this one. This is one of the bigger malls, I guess, in the area. It's called the Mega Bangna, and I just want to show you guys what we saw. Check this clip out. Stopping by at Mega Bangna for for a quick lunch, and let's see what else we can see inside. So immediately after a very late lunch, we checked out the area a little bit and saw that they were having a massive sneaker sale. It's not just one store, it's like pretty much every store is on sale that time. I think it's an end of season sale, if I'm not mistaken. But we saw a couple of interesting, Ultra Boosts, UB19. The problem is, in terms of pricing, while it is on discount, if you compute it, it ends up almost the same as the Philippine SRP. And these are stuff that, you can easily find here. So nothing really from Adidas caught our attention, but we did stumble upon Skechers and saw the One Piece collection, and we were just kind of blown away by how colorful it was. We did not end up buying anything at that point. So after that, we decided to check other stuff around, check a little bit of Puma, check a little bit of Converse. There were a couple of interesting items that we saw, but nothing that really caught our imagination and our wallets, thank God. And then we stumbled upon this pretty hype store called Carnival. So Carnival is a multi-brand store, almost similar to Commonwealth. Think of it that way. So it's kind of a concept store wherein it's very well curated. There are some hype pieces there. So we saw a couple of undercover 720s, the Jun Takahashi ones. I know a lot of people skipped on them. Turning onto the Adidas end, we saw the Neighborhood Adidas collaboration. Now, it's a mix of both, so Ultra Boost and UB19s. To be fair, designs, they're pretty up there. It's typical Neighborhood. You have, all black and whites. On the UB19s and its Neighborhood's brand logo or brand font, repeated again and again and again on like repeating pattern on the cage section. And for the typical Ultra Boost design itself, it's your Neighborhood shark design. Very, very iconic shark design of Neighborhood. I really wanted to get that. Unfortunately, they did not have my size, but this was recently released in Commonwealth here in the Philippines, and I was able to try it on feet. Unfortunately, the fit wasn't really that great. They used UB 2.0, which means it's a little bit more narrow than the 4.0s, which is my usual Ultra Boost that I get. Yeah, they're very, very narrow. Even if I got my size, it looks a little bit elongated, and it's just narrow on the arcs and on the midsection. Hence, I had to forgo those shoes. Very, very sad about it. But I really wanted the design. I've never had the neighborhood shark design yet. Always interested to get one. As I was mentioning to one of the staff, it would have been great if, you know, the shark designs were 3Ms. So if they were reflective, then you know what, even if it's a little bit too tight, I'll probably get it. I like anything shiny. And speaking of which, going back to Bangkok, we did stumble upon a JD Sport store there. Now JD Sport is, if I remember correctly, it's a huge store in Singapore as well. Some of my friends who went to Singapore would stop by JD. That's pretty much like their Atmos, I guess. And the store was lined with so many sneakers. A lot of them were Jordans. We saw a lot of Jordan 1 lows. You have your pine green, you have your reds. We also saw a couple of mids, you know, your royal blues. There's also the green one. And honestly, we're super tempted to get ourselves a piece. Unfortunately, and this is just on my end, the color doesn't really speak to me as much. I want to have a Jordan 1 that I could, you know, use and abuse. And I don't know, these colors, well, I'll probably have a hard time pairing it with the current wardrobe that I have. So I had to say goodbye to them. They were very classic though. I mean, they're classic pieces. If you're into those and you stumble upon Thailand, then help yourself to Jordan 1s. There's a lot there. Interestingly enough, I did actually end up buying something in Thailand, and I actually bought it in the most unlikely places. So as I was mentioning, the reason why we went to Thailand was because of PVP Esports. That was housed, or the press launch was housed inside the Thailand Game Expo. So Thailand Game Expo is a celebration of, you know, all things gaming. A lot of it are from, you know, MOBAs or PC gaming, a little bit of console here and there. And it's a mixed bag of hardware, software, game developers. And the convention was inside, you know, this like super giant SMX type of hall. The funny thing is the Thailand Game Expo is actually inside a larger expo called the Thailand Mobile Expo. So there's a lot of mobile phones. We saw a lot of the usual stuff that we cover here in Hypegeek. You know, you have Realme's, you have Huawei's, you have Oppo's, a lot of the Samsungs are there. You know, A71 was shown, even A51 was shown, and inside that huge expo with, you know, Thailand Game Expo inside is a small section called CM Sneaker Sale. So yes, there is a very small sneaker sale happening inside a giant expo. And since we have access to everything anyway, we decided to check it out. I actually went there with another Pinoy media who flew with us to Bangkok. His name is Louis. He writes for Inquirer apparently. And just, you know, looked at some shoes. And there were a couple of really interesting pieces that we saw. Here, check it out. Magkano yan? 1,350. 1,350? Ooh, okay. I love the tongue. Yung exposed tongue. Very off-whitish. And it's not bad. 1,350, dude, that's less than 3,000. We also have a couple of Element 87 Reacts here. What? Just found a Jerry Lorenzo creation. Fear of God. Of course, it's the fear of God that nobody wants. It's not the raids. Okay, we've seen some of the shoes. Let's check out the apparels. Apparels are all at 50 off, or at least most of them are at 50 off. Checking out some Nikes. I do love this tie-dyed effect on the Nike Air. Wait a minute. Alright, so apparently after discount, this comes to 1,000 baht, which is around 2,600 pesos. So not so bad. I mean, it's still cheaper than getting it, you know, from its original SRP. And a hell lot cheaper than getting it in the Philippines. So you know what, should I get it? I think I will. But bam! And that's it. I mean, like, what? Like sneaker stuff for like 1,000 pesos, Nikes for like 1,000 something, you know, less than 2,000 pesos or less than 2,000 baht, sorry. It's kind of hard to buy at that point because when we arrived, it was almost late in the day. I'm pretty sure like the good stuff was already gone by then, but we did find a couple of gems. If you check the clip, remember we saw a couple of Billionaire Boys Club in the accessory section, in the apparel section, and I got myself one. Now, unfortunately, I really wanted that orange one. That's so good. Particularly, I can easily pair that with a lot of my Ivy Park stuff. Again, if you don't know what Ivy Park is, I'm linking it up here. We actually did a video on it. It's Beyonce's line for Adidas. Super great stuff. I'm totally addicted. Bought so many things from that. And going back, as I mentioned, I did not get the BBC in orange. They do have it in pink. So, ta-da! This is my size. I got myself a large. This one, pretty standard BBC stuff. On sale, it costs 1,000 baht, like 1,000 baht. These things usually cost around 3 grand, and I think it costs around 5 grand here in the Philippines. So that's a steal. This is a gem. I'm so happy I actually went there. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing I got myself from in Bangkok. We only stayed there for 2 days, so not a lot of time to explore really. After that, you know, we were whisked away to the airport after buying this airport. That's it. Yeah, but it was really fun experience. I would not trade it out for the world. I'm super thankful for Singtel for flying us there and having us experience, you know, Bangkok, and having us talk to you guys, talk to the PVP Esports people, and really just get a grasp of, you know, their plans for 2020. And of course, you know, got myself this. So yay, win-win. And with that, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. We are outing more and more content for you guys. Remember, Hypegeek comes out every 7:30 p.m. Thursdays. And if you want the old stuff, we re-upload them on Hypegeek Rewind on Saturdays every 5:30 p.m. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed this video, if you want more of these, and which of the shoes do you think I should have gotten. Let me know in the comment section down below which ones you were frustrated that I did not get. So just let me know down below. And with that, my name is Colin, and thank you so much for being here. If you've watched until this point, maraming salamat po. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, hi peeps. Peace out.